Good morning. So, I want to talk about the spiritual awakening and how the spiritual awakening is bringing us back to a pure self love, to pure acceptance of who we are. And when we come to this state of pure acceptance of who we are, we can purely love ourselves and know that everything is exact. Everything happens for a reason. I'm making coffee. I bring my water from the spring in these big tubs from the natural spring by the house, and I put it into this, which is made of earth, and it brings it back to the vibration of Mother Nature. These my twin makes, or he doesn't physically make them, but it's one of his products. He has a maker of them. Um, when we come back into this state of pure self-love, we are connected completely to ourselves, so we understand that. You see, there's so much more to this. This is just one of the sides. There's so many pathways to get to the exact same outcome. And so the outcome is pure self-love, heaven on earth, the Garden of Eden, pure belief in the all. You could call it God, you could call it the all. It depends. A lot of people have these feelings attached to the word God already, generations. So I use that word because for me, that word is still like a purified word. It's a pure word. But it doesn't matter what you call it. You call it the one, the all, the universe, the divine intelligence, the synchronicity. You could call it science. Science is just part of it, is figuring out the language. There's so many different languages to the universe. See, and when you come into the Garden of Eden, which means you become of pure love, which means you are clearly purified, which means that you allow the universe to flow through you, which means that you understand that you are connected to the all. So there's so much in this loving yourself, because in order to love yourself, you have to love everything. And you have to understand that everything is divine. Everything is exactly as it is. And you have to become in pure acceptance of this and understanding of this. And not only understanding, it's also coming into a place where you uh, um, feel joy for the process. You see how everything is working out and how everything is moving and shifting and everything is perfect exactly the way it is. And then you quit trying to force things and you quit with expectations and you begin to just be the observer of it and be in awe of it all. Um, and when you are in pure self-love, you're not looking inward. Oh, what did I do wrong? How should I have done this? What should I have done? You are free just to be the observer. And because there is no, you're not guarding against the world from getting in, because you become one with the world, and you realize that you are part of it and you are all interconnected, and you get back what you put out. So if I'm putting all that fear in, then I'm going to get things that are reinforcing that fear, that are showing me what to be fearful of, because everything to be fearful of is all around us at all times. Everything to be grateful for is all around us at all times. And I understand that our circumstances don't always reflect that, but our circumstances are a reflection of our inner beliefs of what can be, what should be, what vibration we are holding dominantly. And so when this whole spiritual awakening that we are going through, uh, if you're listening to this, then I know that you're on this spiritual path, even to be able to understand the levels of this, the connectivity to everything, the bliss in it, the spiraling, and the expanding and the purifying. And when you start purifying, that's when you start channeling, because the universe speaks through you and you understand that you are just part of it and you are just this vessel and you are like a filter of God. Part of God, or part of God's expression, one expression of God flows through each and every one of us individually, divinely. We are the only ones with our unique makeup, the only ones that ever were and the only ones that ever will be, the only this expression of God. So the most that we can do, the furthest expansion, the biggest miracle that we can, repay or that we can give back to God, is allowing God, as coming into the spiritual awakening, facing it, going through ourselves. As if we're on the spiritual awakening, it's happening. So and there is no reversing. Once you get started on this path, you can't stop. There's only whether we decide to go full force through it, and face all of our fears as best we can, and keep ourselves open and allow ourselves to feel all of the emotions that come, and just be the observer of them, and hold our vibration as much as possible in the pure love, understanding that we are pure love, that everything is cause and effect, that every place that we are out of sync with ourselves, out of sync with the universe, there is no blame here. There's no blame. That is the divinity of it all, that we get to lose ourselves so that we can find ourselves. And in the process, we find God and we find divinity, and we find that we are living in the Garden of Eden. Heaven is a place on earth. And these are the exact things that Jesus spoke of. I feel so connected and understanding, just in awe, because I feel like I came in. It's like I've never studied the scriptures. I've never sat down and read a gospel from the beginning to the end. But everything that I feel like, all of the words that I need to hear get to me exactly when they need to get to me. And it feels like when they arrive to me, it's right when I made that revelation within my own life, that own understanding. Because in order to the only one that can go through the spiritual awakening for me is me. The only one that can go through the spiritual awakening for you is you. A lot of times we want to take that off of us and put it onto somebody else. But you can't. You arrive at this place of the Garden of Eden, you arrive by yourself, having to have gone through your own self. There are no quick passage rights into this place. You have to completely do the self work. You have to completely heal yourself, and by healing yourself, I mean also in a way of accepting. There's things that you can just accept, but when you come into this higher place and accept that that's the way things were, and that everything happens for a reason, and everything that has happened to you, to me, in my life, all of the things there were, after I left my marriage, I remember thinking, like, for 3 years, I was like, why did it, like, the energy of it was, why did you stay so long? And I realized that I had to go through all of that to get to this understanding, to the place that I am now. And that was part of my life journey. It had to be that way. In order for me, sometimes you need a lift-off point. It's like in my alcoholism, you have to get to a point, a bottom. You have to get to a point where you choose life. Okay, So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I'm getting ready this morning. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.